Okay, so here we go. Here's my XRP. Let's see, we're on the, I don't know why we're on the 51-minute chart. Let's look at the 15-minute. We had this little bit of manipulation down. As you can see, we had this downward trend. I think on the hour chart, let me look over to our chart. I think the hour chart, there was actually a blood diamond. Yeah, there was a blood diamond. There was actually two if you go back to yesterday. This blood diamond drove it down. If we expand this out a little bit, do I have this on auto? I do have it on auto, so let's stretch this out some. You can see that currently the, let's just call it the let's call it the DBSI. This DBSI is showing like we're going to start moving up. I currently have a trade open on a leverage trade open, which I'm gonna get us started in that round here in about in a couple days. So I got a leverage trade open over there. Let's go back to the 15-minute and see what the 15-minute showing. 15 minutes showing a little bit of a downward trend. You can see the DBSI drove us up. We're still up. We're actually still a little stronger up here, but it's about a wash when you look at it. At least for this 15-minute segment, we are. I'm hoping this goes up. I need it to go up to the mid 250 range, and get us back into the money on our trades. You know, I try to make 2 to 3% a day, Monday through Wednesday. I might try to pick up some later in the week, but later in the week it gets crazy. And I tried to make some over the weekend and lost a lot, but that is what it is. That's part of the game. My long-term portfolio is still up because I don't leverage on that. I leverage on money I throw in from payday to payday, and I keep my accounts relatively low. I actually did go outside of my rules of leverage trading this past weekend. I should have actually last week pulled some money out of my leverage trading account, and instead I left it there. But it is what the game is. So we've got this. Let's see. Let's look over at Bitcoin because the market really follows Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin, well, the market, like I said, the market follows Bitcoin. It looks almost identical. And, you know, if you zoom out a little bit, let's take this out to a 30-minute chart so it's easier to zoom. You see this manipulation that drove us down over the weekend. If we take it out to an hour-long chart, you can see you got those 4 X's that drove us down. We were getting X's and green dots, X's and green dots. This is just craziness. We finally reached down here to a point where there was no more real, that's not what I wanted, is it? No, I think, nope, yep, that was it. Okay, so you can see we kind of went all the way down to below, let's go in here. It is on auto though. Why isn't it scaling? Well, we're going to scale this out some. We went all the way down, topped the value area low, and that I think was 9 o'clock Sunday night, and then we kind of played around down here through the night. Monday morning we started to push up, and then 9 a.m. when the market opened on Monday, up in that first 2 hours of the market. Through the day Monday, you see here at 2 o'clock we were all the way back up here. You know, that 10 o'clock we were back at the point of control. By close of business, we're getting ready to try to tap that value area high again, but we came back down. Kind of expected this. When this started going up here, I was kind of happy, kind of hyped, but that's not really that's not normal from these big dips like this. And truth be told, this isn't a big dip for Bitcoin. If let's go to the daily. But that was definitely 100% manipulation, a lot of dumping. But let's go out here and let's look at this from a different perspective. And let's, just so everyone can understand, I'm going to go to the weekly actually, and I'm going to come out. All these little gray, I like the moon phases because for some reason, I'll turn that off for right now so it's not driving anyone crazy. But there's a lot in the moon for some odd reason with Bitcoin. It may be with other assets as well, but I'm just not. Okay, and let's go to our logarithmic. Oh yeah, there we go. And let's go in back into AutoFit. There we go, perfect. Okay, so if we go back here, 2021, we see this right here. This was the 2017. We went to the bear market. We came up in 2019, came back down. But from this 2019 high, which was around 14,000, it dropped all the way back down to 30. I want to say it dropped down to the 3,000 range if my memory serves me correctly. But it does not look like my memory is accurate on that. Yeah, there we go. It went down to 5,300. Okay, I remember it went low. Then we come all the way up here to this high of, I think it was 66K. Let's zoom out a little bit. We got all the way up here to there. 64K. We got to 64K before we dropped all the way down to a low of, what's this candle right here? We dropped all the way back down to 28,000. I mean, we saw a 50+% drop there in a period of a couple weeks between that high, which was the week of April 11th, or tax week really, of 2021, to the low, which was in June. So then we bounce back up. We make it back up here to, I want to say that took us to the 50s. Yeah, it took us to 52 before we dropped back down into the 40. Looks like we went all the way down to 40 before we bounced back up to the all-time high in that 69 range. That is actually a little bit more extreme than how the market usually reacts. So let's go back to the previous bull run. So we go back to the previous bull run, which is right here. Previous bull run was when? 2017, 2018. We went high. We got all the way up. I think this was the all-time high, which was, when's the all-time high? Like I've told you before, the all-time high is the year after the election, the presidential election, or the inauguration year. So we hit that all-time high right there. But on the way up to that all-time high, you see we went up to, I forgot how low the prices were back then. It's crazy, right? We went up. We get this high right here of 700 in 2016. Then we drop back down to 400. Then we went up. We got all the way up to here, which was another high where we hit 1,300, and then we dropped back down to 900. We lost another couple. Then we drove ourselves up. We went to 2,500, and we came back down to, looks like 1,700. So what I'm getting at is that's Bitcoin. That's what it does. We go up here to a high of almost 5,000 to a low of 3,000. So we lost there. We lost 40%. Then we go up to the high. And that's how Bitcoin acts. That's Act 1. Act 2 is what we just went over, where in 2021 we had two highs. We went up, then we had a down, and we went up and topped out. So, sorry, I'm yawning, people. Long day. So when we come here and we see this, where we went up back in March to, I think we went to 70K. Where did we go? Yeah, 73K. And we work our way down to right here. We went down to 53. Then we worked ourselves up to 109, I thought 108. And then having this drop down to 91K, that's like a 10% drop. That's not even a big drop. But then when you flip this and you go to another coin like XRP, XRP is different in many ways. So I want to start with the history of XRP is bull run. 2017 bull run normal. Then there's this artificial suppression. You see how flat that really is in the grand scheme of things? That is really subject to the SEC, Gary Gensler, really screwing with XRP, trying to make a name for himself or something. I don't know. Anyways, so now we've gone up. And even if you think about it, this little move right here resembles this. It went up and it went sideways for what we go up. That was May of 2017 before we took off in December of 2017 to January. And so that moved from in this area here, we were at 21 cents. I know it sounds crazy. We peaked out at $3, $3.30. So that was a 10x move right there. Now, this was that first leg. Took us up to where we're at now. Now, sometime between now and the end of the year, we may see another 10x move. That's why I like XRP. I'm trying to accumulate, so that when that 10x move comes, I am packed. Got bags full of it. And that's what I'm after, is getting bags and bags and bags of it for when it does whatever it's going to end up doing. So this sucked. Trust me, this sucked a lot. That was definitely the house of pain. But really and truly, it's just a multiple of what actually happened over on Bitcoin. Which was really, if we go back here, you start seeing this action Friday afternoon. And this was really, if we go back and we look, I bet you'll see somewhere right around here, Trump had a press conference talking about the tariffs starting on Saturday. The tariffs started on Saturday, and then you start seeing the sell-off. And then what you're going to see is Mexico and Canada firing back. And when they fired back, you get your drop off. And then Monday morning, the markets open and realize there was an overreaction. But now we have to do that stair step that we've done every other time. And I need to turn this logarithmic off. But the same stair step to fight our way back up. And that's what we're doing right now, where we've got this, we're kind of hovering around this point of control, and eventually we'll pop back up above this value area high right here, which is 103, and start our ascend to the 120 to 140 range. I think that's where we're going to end up in the next, call it 60 to 90 days. I may be wrong. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice. I am just sharing my opinions of how I look at things for my how I'm looking at things for my own portfolios. Think of this more as, instead of thinking of this as me telling you what to do, because I'm not. If you do what I do, you're going to lose all your money. What I'm telling you is, how I'm viewed. Think of this as my own personal, diary. So now, all that said, let's see if we can get this, get our portfolio pulled up. Let's go into portfolio. I did actually pull money out of my bots over the weekend and capped those down. So I did save there. But okay, we're at 302 right now, sitting in our portfolio right here for, and you can see this is our balance, but that's our available, which means we have orders. We'll look at those orders in a minute. Let's look at our speculation. Speculation portfolio, we're sitting at $48. We're actually down even more than we were yesterday. I'll update the spreadsheet later. Okay, so now we've got 7, essentially 650, 625-ish, and 550. These are all, as you can see, I don't have take profit orders on these here. The take profits have already occurred. I've got a take profit order in for Sheeb, for Crow, and for Doge. Our profits currently are split between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then our balanced portfolio. Now, what's the difference in our base portfolio and our balanced portfolio? I need to point that out again. The base portfolio is based off of trying to balance out the money evenly across here. Our balanced portfolio is balanced on half the portfolio is rough. Think of it as whatever's in these three, not added up, just individually, which is roughly $3. See, XRP is up from when we got in there, but roughly $3. Double that should be in Ethereum. So this should be closer to $6, but of course the market took a hit. And then double that should be here. So this should be really $12. So that's the balance. It's this is half of that, this is half of that, and these three are all equal to roughly the same. The profit is literally, right now I'm doing 80-20. 80% of the profits go into Bitcoin, 20% go into Ethereum. Once it goes into that, I don't pull it out. It stays there. And up, down, sideways, once it's been put into one of these two, it stays there forever. Eventually, I'll probably add XRP down here and make it 70, 20, 10. I may change that up some. I may make it 50, 25, 25. But that's all still to TBD, kind of playing around. I am going to get us onto, or get me onto another platform where I can, another platform so that I can actually see, do some leverage trading on this portfolio, because the initial intent was not to have that balanced portfolio, for that balanced portfolio to be a leverage portfolio, but of course we're not there, so I'm going to have to work on getting us there. Um, but that said, we will definitely get that all worked out and start going. I'm just getting some messages in about apparently the biggest scandal in news media history. No employees at Politico got paid yesterday. First time ever for the company to miss a pay period. We learned that the news company, which spent the last 10 years trying to. Okay, yeah. Okay. Um, was massively funded by USAID. This USAID thing that's going on, this thing could have some major ramifications in the markets as well. We don't know where all that money was going, but this USAID seemed to have been honestly a money laundering thing in the federal government. Is what it looks like to me. Um, I don't know. This is really crazy. Let's see what we can pull up here real quick, because I know that's not USA spending. Is it USA spending? Yeah, USA spending.gov, I think is the site. Let's see. Let's see what we can pull up here. Search awards. Filter, search keyword. This keyword is recipient's name. Okay. Let's just type in BlackRock. I hope that's not. So let's see what we get. I don't think BlackRock got anything. I'm just using BlackRock. Oh, I've got to jump off here. Oh, whoa. We'll look at this here later. I've got to jump off.